Go. My name is Christina Piatt, and I'm going to be giving you a persuasive speech over adoption and why you should choose to adopt. I grew up with a childhood friend that was actually adopted, and seeing how his family went through the process was very inspiring. And ever since I was young, adoption has always been in the cards for me. A fact would be that according to Evans v. Donaldson Adoption Institute, there are over 100 or 400,000 children in foster care, with more than 115,000 eligible for adoption. Throughout this presentation, I'm going to be talking about the benefits towards the adoptive children, the benefits toward the adoptive parents, couples, and families, the benefits towards society, and also some of the main reasons why people choose not to adopt and the opposition of that. The benefits toward the children. So on average, children in foster care score 20 points lower on their IQ test. Also, under the age of 3 have an increased risk of attachment disorder, developmental delay, and neural atrophy. After turning 18, 48% of foster care children end up homeless, 60% of the males are convicted of crimes, only 48% are employed, and 50% choose substance abuse. Next, the benefits of the parents or the couples. The first one is infertility. So a little story on infertility. You could be married, or you and your spouse decide that it's time to have children, and you try for a while and nothing happens. So then you choose to go to your medical provider, and they tell you that either you or your spouse is infertile. So once this happens, adoption should be your option. The next one would be genetic disorders. So they used to do, before you get married, a genetic testing or just an overall health and welfare of you and your spouse to see if you carry certain genetic disorders. One of them would be sickle cell. There's many other ones as well, but the main one would be sickle cell. And it just shows you that what you could possibly pass on to your children. So people, once they find these things out, if this happens to them, they choose to adopt, and that's a very good reason. Also, continue pursuing your career with little to no interruption. What I mean by that is that you have no appointments, no medical appointments for those 9 months that you're pregnant. You could choose older children so that they already are in school, so that you can still go to your job or work or whatever it is you do with no interruption. Also, no maternity leave. You can choose maternity leave. There is an act that actually protects certain the adopted parents, to where if you choose maternity leave, you can take it or you don't need to take it. But it is there for your option. Also, some of the physical aspects are no stretch marks for the women. Also, the health problems. Throughout pregnancy, you can get gestational diabetes or some other, like high blood pressure, some other health issues that may not go away after you give birth. So that could be adoption is an option for that as well. Also, gain weight. Most women do gain weight during pregnancy, and a lot of women don't want to. So adoption is then that option for them. Next is that your family. So for your family, you have to think about your options. If you already have children that are 4 or 5 years old, maybe you would want to adopt a child that is 4 or 5 years old to just integrate pretty well in with your family that you already have. So you can pick the age and the sex and the basically just whatever kind of child that you feel is going to be best suited for your family. And 92% of families are satisfied with their decision to adopt. So next we're going to go to a short video that I thought was very crucial to this. Next, I'm going to be talking about the benefits towards society. So with this, there's going to be a decreased reliance on federal and local government by fewer kids in orphanages requiring government funding, so less spending there. Less likely to require unemployment or to apply for unemployment after 18. So there's some more government money being saved. Also saving money on housing in jail or prison or trial for conviction. I put this on here because of that high percentage of males that are convicted. So this is also going to save the government some money as well. Next, I'm going to go over the reasons people choose not to adopt. So the big one is that it's not your own flesh and blood. It's not your biological child. The next one is going to be that you don't know the health of the family that the child came from, which you can also, nowadays, you can get all those health records. As much health records as you need, as long as you do your research and you find the right adoption agency to get the health records dating all the way back to whenever they need, basically, for that child. Also, the biggest one I feel is that people say cost. The average cost to adopt a child is $20,000 to $25,000. But there's a solution. They offer loans that allow you to pay over time, so the entire fee is not due up front. So you can, like any other loan you get, you can slowly pay it off. You also do get a $10,000 tax credit to adopt a child. That is huge, which basically cuts that amount of adoption that you pay in half by this tax credit. Also, you can apply for a grant at naftadopt.org, which is money that you do not need to pay back. And that ranges on all different kinds of scales depending on your situation. Also, some agencies work with the adoption fees on a sliding scale for your family. So if one family makes $200,000, their adoption fees are going to be a little bit higher than a family that only makes $40,000 to $50,000 a year. And also, since my audience is mainly military, there is a $2,000 active military option, which it can go all the way up to $5,000, where they give to you to help with those adoption fees. So in conclusion, I have explained the benefits to children, the benefits to the parents and the families, and to society. I encourage you to do your research and to choose adoption. Just remember, to the world you may be one person, but to one person you may be the world.